When the wind settles and the flood waters recede after a hurricane, the danger isn't over, especially when it comes to what we eat. Contaminated food can trigger serious illnesses, making food safety a top priority in the aftermath of any storm.
Food safety is a critical issue, a critical public health issue after a hurricane because of widespread disruption. Floodwaters normally contains contaminants such as sewage, agricultural runoff, industrial chemicals. These can all infiltrate our food, our homes, all our food storage facilities. So it is really important at this time to ensure that all our food establishments or our food storage areas are safe, are prevented from floodwaters, because floodwater is highly contaminant and there is no safe method of decontaminating foods that have been exposed. The first one to think about is microbial contamination. Floodwaters normally contain fecal matter with pathogens that of course can seep into the food and packaging. Yes, and even if our food establishments are completely submerged by floodwater, even the cans and the packaging items can be destroyed. Secondly, chemical contamination. Floodwaters may contain pesticides, fuel residues, and heavy metals. Of course, these can also contaminate food. And another thing that we need to take into consideration, some of these contaminants, they are not easily detectable. It is not only toxic but also difficult, and you have to use laboratory settings for them to really prove that these contaminants exist. So it is really important that when you're in doubt, there's a saying that when you're in doubt, throw it out. Thirdly, toxin formation. When foods lack refrigeration, the ability for toxin to form, well, it creates that atmosphere for toxin formation. And some of these toxins are odorless and tasteless. All of these foods that are left in unsafe temperature and exposed to floodwaters must be discarded. After a power outage, foods begin to spoil 2 to 4 hours right after. Very quickly. And we must remember that refrigeration temperatures are basically 4 degrees Celsius for perishable foods, cold foods, and below. For hot foods is 63 degrees Celsius and above. So if these temperature zones are basically missed or abused, then the chances of the food become unsafe is likely. So in a sense like this, we need to discard all foods that have been in the danger zone, which is from 4 to 60 degrees Celsius for over 4 hours. And of course, cooked foods that are hot, that are in the temperature danger zone for over 2 hours should also be discarded. One of the safest ways to check these food items to ensure that they are maintained in their correct temperature is by the use of a thermometer. Again, meat, dairies, or perishable foods must be stored at 4 degrees Celsius or lower. However, in certain instances where a thermometer is not available, again we have to rely on sensory cues. There is a couple of warning signs. For example, if the food has an offensive odor, normally it has a rotten odor or sour odor, or if it is slimy to the touch, or if it is showing signs of discoloration. So these are some of the signs that we know that food is spoiled and need to be discarded. However, as I said before, there are some pathogens that do not show any visible or detectable signs. So they are odorless and tasteless. So again, when we are in doubt, we have to throw it out. After a hurricane, canned foods that are intact and are not submerged under floodwaters are safe. However, if the can is swollen, dented, rusted, then that is an indication of compromised seal or bacterial activity, and those cans must be discarded.
In the days following a storm, simple precautions can prevent illness and save lives.